Rising up, here we go. No time to be afraid. They say it's impossible. Can't listen to what they say. They got me motivated. Oh yeah, I'm motivated.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Maximize the Business of You. I'm Maximino, and thank you for joining me on another episode of Maximize. Today, I have a friend of mine, great guy. He's doing his thing right now. He's an actor, executive producer, motivational speaker, and a proud daddy right now. He goes by the name of SEAN RINGGOLD. Sean.
Max.
What's up, Pa?
What's up, Poppy? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man.
Good to see you.
Man, thank you for being here. What's going on?
Thank
How
you for
you
having
feeling? Man, you've been, the star keeps rising. Every time I see you doing something new, I'm so proud of you, man, for real, 100% from the bottom. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
But tell me, man, what's happening? What's going on? Tell me what's happening right now.
Man, we're pushing through COVID right now.
We're pushing through
We're
COVID.
pushing through COVID, and I've been very fortunate to be working. I just got back to work about a month and a half ago. I knocked out my first episode on For Life on ABC.
For Life, that's right, yeah.
For Life on ABC. Huey Cornell's my character name. So, back for season 2, which is a blessing.
Right.
The COVID protocol stuff was a lot, 3 tests before you even get on set, before you get inside the bubble. And then you're getting three tests a week, and it's been very safe. Everybody is good, and just finished coming back from LA.
What was the biggest challenge to adapting for that whole COVID situation? What was the biggest challenge for you?
You've known me for over 20 years.
Yeah.
So when I see you, it's always good to say, "Yo, what's up, man?" Give you a hug and embrace you. On set, there are rules. You can't even give a handshake. Right. You're supposed to give an elbow. Hey, how you doing? Everyone's socially distant. So the human connection that I am used to all of my life has now been put on pause. And it's for me personally, it's uncomfortable because you don't feel the same connection. I just can't. People aren't hanging out the way that they used to. Everything is distant. So the very human connection that we're supposed to have with people, or depending on how you are as a person, that is becoming it's becoming extinct.
It's sad, right? I think it's a sad thing. I was on set today at on a show today, and Drew Barrymore's show.
Okay.
And I haven't seen friends in a long time, and it was just a sad experience to not be able to say what's up, hold my friends, even see their smiles anymore. So I'm a little so mixed up with this COVID thing,
I think in time things will get better. I know,
I hope so.
I always think about this. I always say to myself, this shall too pass.
One more question about COVID. So, in the beginning, you were at home for the first 2 months because nothing was really happening. Hollywood was shut down. What did you do, and what did you do to take care of yourself and your family and that whole dynamic with your family?
Homie, let me tell you something. When it first hit, I was basically in shock. I'm like, what's going on here? I thought that this was like Star Wars. People putting on masks, being distant from one another. No one really knew what the hell this thing was or what it really is. I was just finished filming a show called FBI's Most Wanted, Dick Wolf production, and I just wrapped that on the 15th, I believe, or the 15th or the 14th. And then all of a sudden they're saying everything is shut down, all the production. I said, well, thank God I got that episode in. So I got paid. But just to see everything be shut down and no work, and my child, she couldn't go to school, so I had to stay home and and watch the baby. It was not a game. It was very challenging. At first, it wasn't that much working out because I didn't have the time. I was with her for 14 or 15 hours a day. Mom comes home, and then I was so exhausted mentally. Childcare. I give childcare professionals the utmost respect, because until you know what it is to take care of a 4-year-old all day long, keep her occupied, keep her busy, but keep in mind, they were starting to say, hey, you can't go to parks. You can't be in
Right,
public.
you can't be outside.
What am I supposed to do with her? I mean, just trying to keep her occupied and keep her busy. That was a challenge in itself. So once I was able to get through that and we started getting a routine, things started opening up over a couple of months, and then I would try my best here and there to get out on the bike, or no gyms. And I really don't like working out at home. I don't like doing a whole bunch of push-ups, but I like to stretch. But in between that, man, the stress of your life being altered, I'm not going front, started drinking a little bit more than I usually did, put on about 10, 15 pounds of COVID weight.
I was going to ask you that.
Yeah, I did. I'm trying to say I look fat, man. I'm coming back now, man. What's wrong with shit?
I was going to ask you, did you fall off a little bit? A lot of people,
absolutely, absolutely, I fell off, but I never let my spirit fall off. I always made sure that I kept my spirit in check. I, probably smoked more cigars than I should have. But I'm coming back, and I'm trying to get into a flow now, having the time to get out on the bike, go to the gym. But now even the gym experience is very awkward. The mask, the gloves, and it's really hard to breathe. So I can't work out for more than 35, 40 minutes.
With a mask
and
on,
I can't do it. I can't. I sneak in and I lift it up for a second.
Air. Isn't air beautiful now?
It's really different. I mean, I'm the kind of guy, I walk down the street, someone smiles, hello, how are you? Everyone's got their mask on. And people are, but people are starting to become more human again and have decent interactions with one another. In today's day and age, I can't afford to get sick. Because before, say I book a roll of self-tape or I have to go back to work, they test you. They don't test, they're going to write you out. They can't stop the production because of one person, unless you're the main lead. You're out. And they're not going to usually wait 14 days. So now, as I'm living my life and I'm interacting with people, I'm very conscious. I don't go out to, large gatherings with a whole bunch of people. And, wherever I go, it's usually a quarantine bubble where people are being tested, actors, on a regular basis. And even when I go in stores, I'm extremely cautious because this is my livelihood. This is how I make my bread. So I can't afford to get sick.
Absolutely. And I think the biggest way to avoid getting sick is, of course, making sure you eat the right foods, keep that workout up. So I'm sure that you're keeping up with all that stuff right now.
My vitamins, my immune boosters.
Got you.
Every single day, black seed oil, CLA, all the time. You see this skin, bro? I'm gonna be 43 on election day, November 3rd. Can you believe it? The most important, presidency of all times. This is a very, very important time for everyone to get out and vote. Of all days, it has to be my birthday, November 3rd.
Let's hope that whole process goes smooth. I'm so torn. I'm not torn, but
I'm drained.
Yeah. I'm emotionally drained from
the president,
the media, the vice president, both sides.
I'm so tired. I'm exhausted, and I'm tired. I got my friends. We were on this chat, and they're talking about Trump and talking about the taxes and this, and they're going back and forth. They're both. I'm drained, man. I'm tired.
Man. So let's switch.
Yes.
Let's
stay away from politics.
Yeah.
God, please. Lord God.
Next month, For Life, season 2.
Yes.
Comes out. How was it working with 50? How was that process, and what can we look forward to from Sean Ringgold on For Life? I know you can't throw too much out there, but talk to me.
Season 2, unfortunately I didn't get to work with him as of yet. So we're still filming. The first episode comes out November 18th. So I haven't worked with him this year. Season 1 I worked with him. That was exciting. That was fun. Great guy, extremely smart, bright, talented. He's a force to be reckoned with.
Absolutely.
Really, he's on point. And I just finished reading his book. I was just blown away of the experiences that he's had to go through, ups, downs, trials, and tribulations. So to see him up in the flesh and doing what he does, just a great person to know, great person to work with. Just great example for the American dream.
Absolutely. What do you think of the transition? Like, there's a transition happening right now from broadcast television to streaming.
Oh yeah.
And you've already been on shows on Netflix like Luke Cage. What do you think about the transition that's happening right now?
It's giving a lot of actors and upcoming producers an opportunity to create a lot more content because the competition is much higher. So you have these online platforms that need content. So it's really an opportunity for people to have their own IP and to be able to market it to, whether it's Hulu, Netflix, Amazon. It's an open playing field under many circumstances now. Now with there not being any theaters, a lot of movies that have been shot are now going to streaming platforms.
Right. It's interesting that Netflix is investing a lot in black programming right now.
Which is a blessing.
Which is a blessing.
Black all day long.
Yeah. So there's more opportunities for black producers, actors, and people that are creating this content. So
That's right.
I'm really excited about that too.
Yeah. It's opportunity for everyone.
Yeah.
To get a piece of the pie.
Absolutely.
And to have ownership. You know what I mean? Not just to work and, get checks and residuals, to be able to, have a product and then be able to, license your show again and again and again and again. That's the end game. To have ownership of your shows and then license them and be able to employ, other actors and, bring money to the table to help feed other people.
What right now? I mean, you've worked on a lot of different projects. What is one of your favorite projects that you worked on, and why?
Oh, come on, man!
Yeah, man, throw it out there. Let's keep it real.
It was extremely. I have to say, I had a blast recently working on The Family Business. I'm a producer on that show, also I'm an actor.
Congratulations on that too, man. That's awesome.
BET Plus, and getting ready to gear up for another season. God willing, we did. We just finished up number 2, but because of COVID, we were able to shoot 6 episodes, and then COVID shut it down for 5-6 months.
And then you were there recently.
And I was just recently there for a month, finishing up, my other 6 episodes. I was in 4 out of the 6. And it was great. We were in a quarantine bubble. Everybody was tested a million times.
Did you share space with anybody?
Yeah, I was. They put us up in these beautiful mansions.
Right.
I was up in SEAN Canyon. Oh man, I'm sure you saw the videos and the YouTubes.
I'm showing them right now. I'm showing them right now.
Oh no! I mean, it was just beautiful. You're surrounded by mountains. You got a pool and a bocce ball court. Down there sitting on like an acre and a half. Tennis courts to the left, and every other weekend, everybody would go over each other's houses because everybody was inside the bubble. So
right.
We didn't have to, worry about masks and stuff like that because you could not go to the store. You could not leave the property.
They brought you everything.
From the house to the set.
So
that's it.
You woke up
set to the house.
You woke up and you were like, I want some pancakes. You call it in?
No, you have to, no. They'll bring you anything you want, any food that you want, but you have to make your own food. So
okay, so you
I was cooking, making my omelets.
That's dope, though. That's good.
You had a good time. You could eat right, but then I was having my libations by the pool and smoking my cigar, just
chilling,
basking in the Hollywood life, the Hollywood Hills life. Like
this is nice.
This is nice. This is what
I could get used to this.
Quick, fast, in a hurry.
I know.
It raises the bar of what you think that you are. What you want for yourself and what you want for your family. When you're there for a while, it's just all you think about. Then you come to your immediate living space, you're like, I want more. And it motivates you. It's been a hell of a motivation since I've been back. I'm hitting the floor running hard. But had a great time in LA, man. BET Plus, it's just a blessing to know that my career started on BET 106 in Park. Then to
20 years.
20 years ago. Then
20 years.
To be
it was
on
just
a show,
20 years.
on a show on BET Plus. It's phenomenal. Very, very grateful and blessed.
Good for you, man. Listen, so you have been an actor on a show, a producer on a show,
Yes,
and now you are an executive producer on a show for a movie called Hold On.
Yes.
Tell me about that experience and what is the difference between acting and producing between acting and executive producing a project?
Executive producer, the number one thing is you got to bring in the paper.
Funding.
You have to fund, and fundraising, if anyone has done it before, very, very challenging. People have to believe in you, believe in the project, and you have to get people to wire money, send out a check. You got to go pick up a check, and then you pray that the film that the film is gonna get licensed, get picked up, be put on an OTT, on a streaming service, and then everybody can be fulfilled, first in, first out. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of responsibility because nothing can happen without the money.
Absolutely, man.
Nothing can happen without the bread.
I mean, it goes like that for everything, right?
But if it wasn't for, years of, sales and marketing through, doing network marketing. When I started, I was like 17, 18, 19.
I remember when you used
all the self-help books and stuff that me and you have shared, many books and stuff that we've read, and
Absolutely.
audio books and stuff like that. It's helped me.
When we met, you had doing some legal stuff.
Oh gosh, prepaid legal services. Yeah, man, it's still out there. They're still rocking.
Yeah, I remember you were rocking that. You were doing that.
I got nothing bad about prepaid legal network marketing. It is, I don't know how many billions of dollars the market is worth, but you can become very wealthy through network marketing.
Right.
And what I loved the most about it was the training, the books, the systems that were in place that helped you in every area of your life. It helped you become a better person. You know what I mean? They say in order for you to become the person you want to be, you have to sacrifice the person you currently are. So you have to, everything that you want to have, do, and obtain in this world is controlled by people. So the better you can, understand and get along with people, the easier it is for you to get the things that you want and what you need. And one of the things, I wouldn't be where I'm at if I wasn't able to get along with people. I see a lot of great actors who are good at what they do, and their careers are short-lived because they are socially inadequate. They don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to listen. They don't know how to let things roll off their shoulders. They're just too damn serious, and people don't want to be around them.
Absolutely.
You're going into a cast that's been there for 4 or 5 years, and you're a new cast member. You have to learn how to get along with all these different personalities types.
And crew.
It's not about you. You have to treat the crew with respect. Some actors, they be feeling like they all that. They all Hollywood, and then you start treating the crew and certain people the wrong way. Word gets around, and they don't want you there. They don't want you to mess up their family, their unit. So it's really important to be able to get along with people and sometimes put your needs to the side and make sure other people are happy. You want to get what you want and what you deserve as an actor. But the more open you are to getting along with people and being humble, I find it for me. Sometimes you got to flex because people get comfortable, they come out their face, and they got to get checked.
Absolutely.
Sometimes people take kindness for weakness in this business. And when they smell blood, they coming for you. So sometimes you got to turn up on them.
Right.
And let them know, hey, I'm a nice guy, but I will you up. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Right.
But in this day and age, everybody's trying to sue you, so you can't put your hands on nobody. All you can do is be like,
give him that look.
Give him the look. That's I could just give him a look like this.
Yeah. So I know that you're an avid reader, especially a self-help book reader.
Oh, absolutely.
Any new inspiring books that that have helped you out, or any new content that you like that has helped you and maybe think a little differently about your process and how you approach life now?
I listen to a lot of different acting audio books. I now focus. I still listen to a lot of sales marketing. This guy that I met, he's a phenomenal gentleman. His name is Brad Lee. He's an Instagram influencer, but he's like, to me, one of the world's best closers. But he doesn't just talk about closing people on sales, because he can close anybody.
Right.
But he talks about you being a better person and being able to get past your excuses.
I just saw a stat recently that said 7% of people finish educational guides or like educational courses. 7% complete those courses. Like, they have all these courses online, and only 7%. I have to admit, I've been guilty of starting something and not finishing it. I think
we all have.
Yeah.
We all have.
I guess it's not for everybody, right?
I used to think, anybody can succeed.
No.
That's not true, because not everyone is built that way. But we all have our different definition of what success is. Some people are happy to, whether it's acquire a house, have good health, healthy children.
And that is success.
That is success. Who is anyone to say you're not successful because of where you are monetarily? That's such bullshit.
That is bullshit.
And it bothers me that in the arena that I'm working in with an entertainment, people are judging you by, okay, what kind of show are you? A guest star, season regular? Are you making 10, 15, 20? Or are you making 35, 40,000 per episode? Or two? I know people making 25, 35, 250, 300,000, $500,000 an episode. And then it's funny how once the status started to change and people see your lifestyle start changing, then all of a sudden they start returning your phone calls. All of a sudden, hey, want to come and hang out, want to smoke? I'm like this. But I played a game with certain people, but I know those who are real, genuine, the ones that call, hey, how's your family? What's going on? I just don't like the status situation that you have to deal with in the industry, because people are gauging you by where you are in society, what kind of money that you're making, or who you're associating with, when they don't understand that with this COVID shit and anything else can be coming down the line. Well, that don't matter. It's important to be able to take care of your family and to be ready for a rainy day like COVID. You know, those that didn't have anything, a lot of people are out of work. A lot of people are suffering out here. I still see food bank lines in the neighborhoods. Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn, people waiting blocks to get food. It's serious out here. And just have gratitude, work hard. Like I was talking about, be humble. I can't stand these uppity, thinking that you're better than somebody else type. That's the one thing I can't stand about this industry. But I'll just tell you this, man, having the right foundation, having the right support group, having the right friends. You have the phone, you can communicate with people, you can counsel, you can pray. You have to, today I put up a post about your circles. Who are you surrounding yourself with? Who are you surrounding yourself with? If you're grounded or you're comfortable in your own skin, being home has also been a blessing. It really shows you, what are you made of? What are you built? You have so many people that are so used to being out all the time. They're not even in touch with who and what they are. Some people don't want to be left alone in their own thoughts because it's dangerous. So this situation has forced people to deal with some real shit, some real issues with inside themselves. Me, I've utilized this time to say, hey, what am I made of? What do I really want to change? What do I want to do for my family? Where do I want to live? I want my kids to be in a blue ribbon school district. I want all of these great things. Okay, what is it exactly going to take for me to execute these things, to make it happen? You know what I mean? And put a time frame on it and make these things a reality. So that being said, COVID has been a blessing. More than the social distancing, it's been a blessing. I'm 20 times stronger because of COVID. And to see what's actually capable, and you have to learn how to improvise, adapt, and overcome to your environment and the situations that are brought to you. And this COVID situation has said, hey, you have to be more creative, different ways of making money now. You're not doing, paid events, going in person to do these things for a while, go seasonal. Everything has changed, and I'm okay with it. But this shall too pass. And I just try to motivate people to say, hey, don't be a victim of circumstance. Don't be a victim. Don't play the victim. But some people, they'll play the victim.
Yeah, you dropped a lot of gems right there in that little segment.
I did?
Yes, you did. What would you tell a young person, young actor who's watching you and like, damn, I want to do what Sean is doing? What would you tell that person?
I would first ask them, why are you doing it? Your why is more important than anything. How is not that hard. The key is, why are you going to inconvenience yourself and go through the blood, sweat, and tears to acquire your end game? Whether your end game is being a producer or being an actor, you're gonna go through a lot of pain, a lot of rejection. Like they say, success is built on inconvenience. You're gonna have more no's than yeses. Many people think because we live in a world of instant gratification, you see these people on the gram flossing and shining, and they can create a false reality and let you think that it's real, and these people think that it's, oh wow, they did a couple of jobs, he's really doing it. It's bullshit.
Right.
Show me your credit report. Show me a bank statement. Let's get 100 here. So that being the case, I try to tell these young actors or young people who want to produce, or they want to, own their own IP and they want to sell it and market it, they want to direct, whatever it is that they want to do. What is your why? Are you truly passionate about it? And you have to, the number one thing that I tell them is, you have to block out all negative outside sources of people who are not following your path and your journey. Because so many times we share our goals, dreams, and aspirations with people who aren't qualified, and they will try to totally take you down or try to discourage you from taking the necessary steps to being successful. Take advice from people who are where you want to be in your life. It's very important to have a mentor or to have mentors. I have tons of them. Why? Because I've learned when you share a goal or a dream or an aspiration with someone who's not where you want to be in your life, they tend to not give you the support or the foundation to say, hey, you can do it. I believe in you. It sometimes can be a mother, a father, a cousin, sister. Negativity comes, it's not biased. It could be people closest to you. and then they say that, oh, you really think that you're gonna make it? You don't
Right.
think that I've heard that? I'm not gonna blow up certain family members, but are you get real?
Right.
Get real. And when I show them a fat check, they're like,
Oh, all right.
but really, it's about having the right support system and tasting that success. I was lucky in the beginning of my career. I booked like 1 national, 2 regional commercials back to back. That money was important because it gave me the foundation to know that nobody could tell me nothing. You could say, oh, this thing don't work. What? Does it pay? When they start seeing you on TV a million times on commercials, then they're like, oh shoot, this dude's making bread. They see it. So I was lucky in the beginning to taste the success, to have, some monetary success and say, okay, this is real. So I took it serious. Some people who don't see the monetary success in the beginning, it takes them a long time to build that belief that they can make it. I was lucky. Whether it's luck, they say luck is a loser's excuse for a winner's commitment. When I went into those auditions, on my first audition, I was able to book my first job. I just went in there, had fun, and I was passionate in front of the camera.
They were like, wow.
I didn't care. You got to be comfortable in your own skin in this business. And I got booked. I was like, oh shoot. Then you get paid like every week, every other week. Boy, I was in acting class. I wasn't playing around. I bought the books. I started studying, researching, watching YouTubes. I started researching acting and started putting the time into it. And through the grace of God, here I am 15 years later. Soap operas, the soap operas was a great learning curve as well. But there's a lesson learned in everything. There's a lesson learned in everything. And it only makes you stronger. So you can't learn how to win without learning how to lose first. That's how I've, learned.
Another one. That's another Sean Ringgold gem. Say that again, please. Say that again.
I don't even know what I said, man. You can't learn how to win until you learn how to lose first. So, but there's no...
And it's the truth.
I lose more than I win.
Me too.
Just as far as you just lose, but you just never quit.
Never quit.
You can lose at something, okay, but it's a learning experience. You know how to, adapt and say, I know not to make the same mistake 2-3 times. Let me pivot. Let me get this going. And then sooner or later, it's going to hit. It's going to hit as long as you're around the right people. What cracks me up about the business that we're in, I'm sure you have friends and associates that are plugged in. You've been in the industry a long time, Max. A long time. That are caking, that are doing well. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
You are qualified, beyond qualified. Production, sound, production company, you can make a million moves. And you kind of like saying, hey, let me produce this for you. Hey, let me give you some tracks. And they're like, all right, I got you.
Yeah, it's all right.
Hold on, yeah, I got you. But then you get a hit. You see that you did something and after you close it, it's all over the gram after you close it. Don't promote stuff to say you're doing stuff because the energy. Then all of a sudden they answer the call. Hey, I got this for you. Why is it when you reach, then all of a sudden people want to open up the doors? That right there drives me crazy, but I learned how to deal with it.
Right. And you know what? I'm going to remember that because, like Sean says, you never quit. Sean Ringgold, my man, my brother, I'm so proud of you, man.
Thank you.
Keep doing what you do and keep blessings and your beautiful family close to you.
Thank
because
you, thank you.
That's what counts,
You as well.
You know that. So everybody, this is Maximize the Business of You. Remember, bet on yourself like Sean Ringgold did. You bet on yourself, you can't lose. Remember, every Mondays, 8 p.m. to 8:30 on BronxNet. This is Maximize the Business of You. Amen.
Was that a good one?
That was great.